Picture this. On the fan zone dates, June 11th, 12th, 18th, and 19th, the Waterfront Watch Parties open up 2 hours before kickoff. So make sure to get there 2 hours before, and then we'll have lots of fun and games kind of leading up in that 2 hours, of course. So the kids zone will be hopping. Our MC will be working the crowd. We'll have DJs. Matches are about 2 hours, give or take. We'll have halftime. That's going to be a really fun time for like giveaways and kind of working the crowd. Maybe we'll have a t-shirt cannon, maybe we won't. But then the match will end, and then we'll have like awesome live entertainment. And then on the daytime games, those will end with a DJ and a foam party.
That's the vibe. That's the point. And if you're listening from Snohomish County thinking, okay, how do I actually plug into that? We've got you.
This is From Pitch to Puget Sound. Let's get you ready. Welcome back to From Pitch to Puget Sound, the practical guide to the 2026 World Cup experience in and around Snohomish County.
I'm Emily. I'm here for the civic side, what's happening, how it works, and how everyone can plug in without needing a soccer PhD.
And I'm Kyle, deep diving soccer history, culture, why this all matters, and how you can feel ready and feel involved as we get ready for the World Cup.
Today is about a deeper dive into the fan zone. We're going to start with a quick reminder of why there's a need for a fan zone from Tammy Dunn from the Snohomish County Sports Commission. And then we'll go deeper with Cat Soper from the Port of Everett and Tyler Chism from the City of Everett.
Let's get straight into it.
The Snohomish Podcast Network is now a member of the Everett Chamber of Commerce, and we're excited. More people should join. And Kyle, have you ever been a member of a Chamber of Commerce?
I have not. I, to be honest, have no clue what the heck a Chamber of Commerce does.
Okay, well, in a nutshell, they advance economic opportunities for local communities. And I would say through networking, resource, and collaborations. And that's why it's so important that we have them here in Everett. They're actually relatively new. We used to have a chamber. It became the Economic Alliance of Snohomish County, but the Everett Chamber is back, and it really does help small businesses get connected. And I can speak to this firsthand. My husband, my spouse, James, he runs Day Electric. I help him out on the business. Last year in Everett, on a whim, I went to their construction and trades mixer. It was awesome. I had a great time. I was like, James needed to be here. So this year in January, they had another one, and I attended. James was late. He was, had a long day at work, was like super disheveled. He got there, he went and made so many friends. And we have months of business with a few different contractors in that space for his electrical business. So it has already paid off. I said, we're going to be members. And he goes, well, hey, I guess that Chamber of Commerce membership paid off. And I was like, I'm amazing. So you can really see the benefit of I'm amazing. Wendy Poischbeg's amazing. She has grown this Chamber of Commerce in 2 years, not even. We will keep talking about all their great benefits as one of our partnering organizations.
Super exciting.
So what is a fan zone exactly? And why is it important? And why do we need it here in Everett?
A FIFA fan zone is honestly an official public viewing event that's been sanctioned by FIFA. So this is a real FIFA-supported event where you can watch the World Cup while being around a large community.
And we're lucky to have that. I think it's an amazing opportunity for our community. And now that we know what it is, why is it important for us? So we're going to flash back to our interview with Tammy Dunn from the Snohomish Sports Commission about the fan zones, what it is, and why it will play an important role this summer.
Internationally, people are going to come and stay for like 5 or 6 days. And so if you have people staying for 5 or 6 days, then you need to have something for them to do, a place for them to stay. But I think the other thing is that soccer is the world's game. It's a beautiful game, and it's well known around the country. And from past World Cup games, they've had people come to an area, and they may not even have a ticket, but they want to be near it because they're avid soccer fans. And so we're going to see that where people will want to be in the same city, though they may not have a ticket. Well, with Everett, we have a fan zone. One cool part about Seattle hosting matches for the World Cup is that we have a kind of a statewide fan zone. So there are 9 fan zones. Everett is one of them. And with Everett, what we've have worked on is that we're calling them the Waterfront Watch Parties. And we're going to host 4 fan zones down on the Port of Everett, the Boxcar Park.
That's honestly a perfect setup for how this event and how the World Cup in general is bigger than just the folks in Everett. This fan zone is an opportunity to entertain more than just people in Everett, people that are coming from all around the world, all around the country, even if they're not at the matches in Seattle or Vancouver.
There may be only 4 days and 4 matches for the watch parties here in Snohomish County, but they are going to make a huge impact.
So let's dive into learning more about these fan zones, what to expect come June, and how you can get involved and be ready to come experience the event.
Let's start with the biggest misconception, that a fan zone is only for hardcore soccer fans, or that you need to show up already knowing chants, players, rules, any of that.
You definitely don't. And the best part, in my mind, is that it's free. You can come, you don't need a ticket. It's free for all, for friends, family, a bunch of people, and that's awesome.
Amazing. And here's Cat, who's been deep in the planning, explaining what this is actually supposed to feel like.
I don't think you need to know anything about soccer. This is a family-friendly event. There will be music, kids' activities, food and beverage, anything that you would expect at a waterfront event already or festival. Think our Wintertide and Holiday on the Bay festivals here in Everett, but with a soccer theme. So come knowing nothing about soccer, leave knowing a little bit more about soccer, or be a complete fanatic and just completely enjoy this experience with the community. So I think you could be either or. I'm a soccer mom. I know very little about anything soccer except for coordinated chaos on a small pitch. And there will be a little bit of that here. So definitely come and check out the Kids Zone.
That come know nothing, leave knowing a little bit more line, that's the vibe.
That's honestly an invitation to everyone. Come out, enjoy some soccer, come have fun.
And if you've ever been down on the Everett waterfront for a festival, that's a helpful mental picture.
And honestly, we've been talking a lot about this in previous episodes about how this event isn't just for those that know soccer and everything else. This is for everyone. That's the same energy, right? Just come to an event. There's a giant screen, react with the crowd, all that kind of stuff. Just have fun.
It's going to be incredible. Okay, let's make this extremely practical.
Oh, yes, I do love a good game plan.
Here's the simple version. Park once, shuttle in, follow the crowd. Tyler Chism lays out the shuttle pickup points, and there's one detail that's going to matter if you're trying to find the right stop.
So the watch party days are going to start with folks grabbing the free shuttle at Everett Station or any of the bus stops on Hewitt Avenue in our historic and hip downtown. So just a word, you want to grab the bus stop, the shuttle going west, not east, if you're not from here, okay? So westbound Hewitt or Everett Station. The shuttle is going to drop you off right at the doorstep at Fisherman's Tribute statue here at Waterfront Place.
Westbound Hewitt, that's the kind of detail that saves you 10 minutes of walking in circles. I would know.
And 10 minutes of having to explain to your friends that you're definitely in the right place, even though you're definitely not.
Then, once you get dropped off, here's what it feels like when you arrive.
You're just going to smell the smells of the food trucks. You're going to hear the MC on the stage, you're going to hear the DJ, you're going to see a bunch of soccer fans, you're going to follow them, and you're going to go through a really easy, fun security screening, and then you're going to walk into this beautiful watch party with a big screen, tons of family fun, giant beer garden for those who like to partake, and just great views. Boats going by, the sound of the marina, the seagulls, all of that kind of stuff.
I love that he mentions security being easy.
That's a real factor for families. And honestly, if you're coming with kids or friends, make sure you pick up a meeting spot early. Like before you get distracted by all that crazy food trucks and the giant screens, make sure you know where you're going to meet each other. That's a big deal.
Yeah, find your spot.
Exactly.
And that's also a real factor for everyone's mood.
Totally.
Now let's zoom in, because once you're in, the best day is the day when you're not wandering around like, wait, where's the screen? Where's the kids' stuff? Where's the food?
It's my favorite day because it's the day that you get to claim your spot, because ultimately that means it's match day.
Exactly. Bring the low back chair energy, bring the blanket energy.
And bring that have fun energy. Bring that I'm here to learn something and or just enjoy the atmosphere.
Kat does a walkthrough on site, and it's basically the cheat code for picturing the whole thing.
So we're here at Boxcar Park. The screen will be right here on the north side of the park, where you can see the Muse right next to it. We have a huge 2-acre area where people will be able to bring their low back chairs and bring blankets out in the park and sit about. Where you see these cars right here, this will all be the food truck zone. So we'll have about 10 to 12 food trucks here. And right beyond that, right at the end of this park where we're heading toward, that'll be the kid zone. The Blue Kite Shelter is there. That's where Imagine Children's Museum will set up and do all of their cultural and educational activities. That'll be really exciting. So now as we're looking from the kids zone, this is where we'll have all the pop-up pitches where kids can get in on the game there, as well as the grass just to the south of us here. And then in between, we'll have all the kids' activities where you can get your face painted, get a balloon, do some video gaming, and things like that, and more.
Honestly, that part, lawn seating, to me, that feels like soccer culture.
Say more.
It's really simple. Find a patch of grass, make friends, watch together. And like, it takes me back to backyard soccer vibes or peewee soccer. Friends and families hanging around a soccer field, watching a bunch of soccer happen, and honestly, just enjoying the vibes. It's not about winning or losing. It's about having fun and enjoying outdoors.
But the space is actually pretty expansive. When we walked around there, I mean, just imagining where the screen was going to be, 40-foot screen, imagining where the kid zone was going to be, you can see everything, but it's going to be huge. And I'm actually quite sure that we're going to fill this big space too with a lot of awesome people.
And luckily for such a big event, it's super easy to get into. Just join in from anywhere nearby.
So right in front of the Muse there will be the one in, only one in. And we're exploring multiple ways out that will be at manned doors, but really just for that, again, as Tyler mentioned, that safe experience. Nothing too crazy to get in, but definitely enough to make sure everyone's safe and getting in efficiently.
That's important. This isn't a commit for 6 hours or don't come situation. It's going to be welcoming.
So it's not going to be like that in-laws wedding that you were stuck in. That's fantastic. So come and go as you need, enjoy the event, and just have fun.
Exactly. Okay, quick behind the scenes moment.
Because this doesn't happen by accident.
If you've ever wondered, how does a city pull off something that feels like World Cup? The answer is a lot of planning and a lot of partners.
Tyler shared with us what's going into it and how there's a key line in here about how FIFA plays an important role in making this all a reality.
It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the partnerships that we forged. Speaking on behalf of the city, I would say, especially with the port and especially with the Sports Commission and also Snohomish County and local law enforcement. Without that, I feel like none of this would really be possible. FIFA's also been a great partner. Everett's one of 9 designated fan zones in the state, which is awesome for the city of Everett to be a designated fan zone and have this partnership. And that's opened up a lot of doors for us and a lot of resources. So for resourcing the event through our shuttle operations, which is everything we need to do to get people down to our official fan zone events, to all of the public safety, and that's been grant funded. And that those opportunities have come our way because of the partnership with FIFA, I would say.
And I would say on top of that, partnerships is really the key word. All boats rise with the tide, as you hear. But we really can't do it all, just the 3 organizations that are on this MOU. You heard about our work with the Everett Chamber. That's been huge to activate the business side. But for activating the watch party, we can't even do that alone. Like, what does this look like with the kid activities? Working with Imagine Children's Museum is one of our strong partners for the Kid Zone, as well as Everett Music Initiative. I think everyone, if you come to the waterfront, you expect a musical experience, if you're local anyway. So having them on board to support the pre and post entertainment with music and DJs has been huge. And as Tyler mentioned, Everett Transit, and there's a slew of other partners involved, but those are the key partners that I would say are really making sure the watch party is coming together.
Impossible without partnerships. That's the headline.
And when he says FIFA's been a good partner, what I hear is there are real expectations here to make sure that this is a fantastic experience for everyone. This has a big set of names associated with it, so they're going to make sure this is a fun event and well worth attending.
Which is why it's going to feel legit. Now, if you're listening as a local or you run a business, here's the part where you're not just watching something happen.
You have a chance to be part of the story.
Tyler does a sponsor and partner roll call that honestly sounds like a community group project in the best way.
I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention all the partners we're working with on financial and in-kind sponsorship. Tulalip Tribes have really stepped up for us as a kind of top-tier signature sponsor. We also have Airbnb, the local Snohomish County LTAC, the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee, really stepped up to help support. Snow Isle Libraries, Dick's Drive-In, a local Anheuser-Busch distributor, and then some really fun stuff. We have a partnership with Cedar Grove and Rupertino. They're going to haul away all of our trash and compost for free, but they're also going to provide compostable serviceware to all of our food trucks at cost so that we can meet FIFA's sustainability goals around limiting what we throw into the landfill.
That list is a reminder. This is a whole ecosystem, a whole infrastructure.
It's not just the sports people that are involved in this. We have libraries, local Native American tribes, local funding. It's a big community all coming together to make this a reality.
And if you run a shop, a restaurant, a service business, your job isn't to become a soccer expert.
Your job is to make sure that you're ready for when people show up at your doorstep.
Be welcoming, be clear, and pick one simple thing.
Like a match day special,
A window sign,
some sort of trivia night.
a photo spot.
Soccer fans love these kinds of things, these little rituals.
Yes.
And if you give people something that's a repeatable ritual, a place to meet, a thing to eat, a photo to take, they'll keep coming back.
And if you're marketing anything around this, be creative, but be smart about language.
And if you want the deeper what can we say and what can't we say guidance, Tammy's playbook section is gold. That's going to get linked down in the bottom of our show notes. So definitely take a look as a local business if you're hoping to get into that. Okay, Emily, we spent a lot of time now talking about what to expect, but are you ready yourself for this event?
Well, I'm sure, Kyle, you have a list, so everyone brace.
I have some things. We're not going to get into it today. I know, but that's going to be one of our upcoming episodes. We're going to go into a ton of detail about what you can bring, what you can't bring, what types of rules there are. Do I need that clear plastic bag that's required at Seahawks games, even though that's the most annoying thing on the face of the earth? I have a personal vendetta against clear plastic bags, but that's besides the point. Do you need those things? And if you're a soccer fan or even not a soccer fan, how can you make sure you feel like you belong? Because that's a huge part of this is you don't necessarily want to show up and not feel like you're there. So we're going to give you some tips and some tricks and things to look into to make sure you feel ready and feel like you're a part of the community from that first moment you step in.
Absolutely. Emily needs a dress code, so let's go.
We're going to be getting into that for sure.
If you want the official details, we'll link the Fan Zone page in the show notes.
And if you happen to go, send us a note. What did it feel like? What surprised you?
One quick disclaimer, always follow posted rules and on-site staff guidance and use official sources for the most up-to-date info.
Be safe out there, be smart, but definitely have fun. Next time, we're going to keep building your World Cup summer plan one practical story at a time.
We'll see you out there on the pitch.
Or out there at Boxcar Park.
Quick note, this podcast is independent and not affiliated with or endorsed by FIFA or the FIFA World Cup.